Hey guys, my name is Brandon and welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you like what you see in here, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button so you stay notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, let's get straight on with today's video. Hey everyone and welcome back to Is That More Brandon. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a review to episode 9 of I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here 2024. At the beginning of the programme, we found out it was Maura's 34th birthday, so Jane wished her a happy birthday, weird birthday to have. GK said hopefully they'll be getting a bit of cake for her birthday. And Danny basically explained to Barry that the food wasn't great last night, with Danny saying that the chefs are here to learn and they will get better. Barry and OT basically came to the conclusion that Talisa was still in her dreams, so they tried to wake her up nicely. Dean, on the other hand, decided to start singing Good Morning, and Maura explained that Talisa was kind of singing a prayer as Talisa woke up and she saw that in front of her face. And then Jane explained that if she was to get on with something, she'd be able to get rid of it. Like get on with the task. So I think she was kind of either aiming it towards Dean or someone else, basically just saying, you know, get on with your tasks and you can just be done with it. And Maura explained that she had a cold shower and she actually emptied his toilet issue. Dean said he's getting better and better. He wanted to give somebody else a go at the challenge, and Jane said that if she could, she would switch with him. GK said that people should be voting Jane to do a trial, and Dean said he was Jack in Jack and the Beanstalk Panto with Chico, but I don't know how that's going to help him in this particular challenge. Now for this trial, Anton Deck obviously introduced Dean to the situation, and I think it was a really good trial. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, but I think it was a really good trial. Deck basically said there'll be some surprises along the way, and Dean needed to hold on tight. So all he needed to do was climb up this beanstalk, i.e. a ladder. There'll be 4 or 5 or 6 different boxes that he had to put his hand into and grab the star. Obviously he couldn't see what he was putting his hands into. And then yeah, kind of just twizzling it out and just getting it into his bag. So in the first box was green ants, second box was cockroaches, third box was mealworms, and the fourth box was spiders. For box number 5, he had to make an egg. He had to just get the shapes together and make an egg. Boxes 6 to 12 were on this kind of moving, floating castle. So he had to kind of jump on this thing that was floating in the air, like a stage or like a windowsill, but just floating. And he had to kind of climb around all the different numbers in the number order, as if you're doing like a advent calendar. And he managed to get 10 out of 12 stars in the end. He said he was knackered when he got to star number 3. But yeah, it was a very treacherous and difficult thing because he was obviously starting down here. And as he was on like 8, 9, 10, he was having to go up higher. So you're not only in the air, but you're also having to climb in while you're in the air. It was just a little bit too much. And the whole thing was kind of like moving backwards and forwards. So it was a little bit much for him. GK back at camp was saying, what is the point of worms? With Danny and Alan making a load of B jokes, and Maura saying, nah, these dad jokes are not funny. OT asked Danny what his favourite McFly song was, and she explained that she liked the rumba, so the slow dancing. So I think they had a little dance. I think she was kind of showing him how to dance and walk properly. GK was having a chat with Reverend Richard, asking whether he found it difficult being a reverend and also being gay, adding that he's her favourite person in the jungle. She was talking to him about sizzling scissors, with Reverend saying that obviously there's a lot of decades apart between himself and Grace, but they get on so well, and obviously they seem to quite have a lot in common. For the next Deals on Wheels, it was Melvin and Talisa, so they had to basically search for a treat. So they were both in this little water pond with loads of ducks that all looked different hair, sunglasses, some with lips, some with a hat, whatever, and they basically had to fill out this duck equation, which was so many of each duck equaled prize. And yeah, Talisa said that she was intelligent. Melvin said she was very smart, and that she could be an astronaut or a maths teacher. And yeah, basically they had to count in quick succession. So this many red ducks, this many yellow ones, this many with lips, whatever. And then actually in their head, actually manually add all those numbers up. So she managed to do it like that. It was like Carol Vorderman on TV. And the question for the campmates was how many of the campmates that have had a top 10, if you add all of them together, how many would there be as a total? 25, 26, 27. The answer was 27 and they were correct. And they managed to get ready salted crisps, which was brought back to camp. GK said that she can get on board with a Pringle. Talisa explained that dinner was early, and Maura said, imagine if it was pasta and bolognese. For dinner, they had ostrich egg and kiwi. And Danny said that this, obviously, the biggest box of chicken nuggets that you could get was obviously at McDonald's, and he said that he could probably eat 3 of those boxes right now. Maura explained to Reverend Richard that she was so hungry, saying that she could eat him, and Colleen explained that this ostrich egg was their biggest meal yet. Dean said that they're eating and it's still really early. GK said that there may be some sort of music and birthday cake, potentially some sort of party, and Talisa said that they should only be doing something nice because obviously it's Maura's birthday. They were all explained too that they would have the chance to win treats, and they needed to go on a trip called the Fright Bus. They all had to take one ticket at a time, and that obviously determined what seat of the bus they were on. So, for example, Alan was in 3B, OT was 1C, meaning she was on the front row, Maura 4A, Barry 4B, so obviously the two of them were sitting next to each other, and Danny 3C as an example. Didn't really get to see where everyone else was sitting. And they basically, Alan said that he's going to try and win a treat, and obviously if he does manage to get one, he will get some for Maura on her birthday. And obviously there were cockroaches running around and they absolutely stink. So we found out that each of the rows of campmates on the bus, it determined how long they were on the bus for. So if they were on row 1 or 2, they'd be on the bus for not very long. 3 would be on there for a little bit longer, and row 4 would be on there a little bit longer. So on row 1 was GK, Jane and OT. On level 2 was Colleen, Reverend Richard and Dean. Row 3 was Alan, Danny and Melvin, and row 4 was Maura, Barry and Talisa. And we found that for the next trial, there'd be a fright at the end of the tunnel. There would be 2 campmates doing that particular challenge. So yeah, we'll see who's doing that challenge next. So if you did enjoy, don't forget to like, comment, chat and subscribe. And until my next review, thank you for watching and goodbye.